everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can tell, I already have my brows on. They'll look more in tune with my face in a second, so just bear with me. I'm starting my new series. I'm very excited because I've had this idea for a while and I've wanted to do it for a long time and it never happened. So today I am starting my Night Circus inspired, Caraval inspired circus series. So today I am starting with the Ringmaster. I have my costume. I'm very excited to show you all. So let's just get into it. So I'm just gonna brush his brow out a bit more because she looks a little more unruly than the other. And maybe I need to give this one a bit more fluff. But anyway, we are going to start with the eyes. So I'm going to start with my concealer. And you know what? We'll clean up right under those brows with this anyway. So no worries there. So actually, I'm very excited for this series too because I got my new computer and I got updated video editing software. So hopefully there'll be a really nice intro before this. Fingers crossed. If not, I'm cutting this part out. So if you're seeing this, all is well. Start with a matte white shadow. And we're gonna go in right under that brow bone to highlight. And I pack a lot on kind of by the end of the tail for when I'm doing something dramatic like this, and right at the arch, and then lighten it up as I come in so that this has a really big lift. For the look, I kind of want to do just like teals and green because the jacket I have is green. So we're gonna start, you know what, let's start with a deep green. I'm gonna go into Mo Bamba in the Just My Luck palette. And we're gonna put this in the crease. So I'm just using a really tiny wiggling motion as I go along, kind of like a connect the dots. And then you can start doing your windshield wiper motion just to move it around a little bit and get it nice and spread out and even. I find this way when I'm using like greens or purples that tend to go a little bit patchy, if I kind of dot it and wiggle it, it doesn't give me as much trouble. So now, keeping with our green theme, I'm gonna go in with this color from ColourPop. It is called Donna, and it's this really pretty green color. And I'm just taking it on a fluffy brush, and we're just gonna tap it on the outer third of the lid. So this brush is angled, so it'll really keep it where I want it. And again, I'm just tapping. I'm not doing any sort of extra blending with it. I'm just tapping it in place on the outer lid, and it's just a very tiny amount, but it's a little bit darker and it has shimmer to it, which the Mo Bamba color did not. Take our way in across the lid. I'm gonna go in with The Next Morning from NYX. It's this Tiffany blue kind of turquoise. And we're gonna pack this right in the middle and butt it up against that dark green we just did. And this shade can be a bit chalky. So I'm just using a flat packing brush because we're gonna really need to build this up. I mean, I want this to be super bright. You know what? I might even use my finger. Not gonna lie. There is no shame if you have a patchy shadow and just taking your finger and packing on a ton of pigment. I'm also impatient, so I don't like to wait for my color to start popping like this. Now I'm gonna take this shade here from Sugar Pill. Yeah, I haven't used Sugar Pill in a while. And this is called Candy Crush. And I'm actually going to take, because it's a really foiled shadow, some setting spray on my brush. Get a little wet. Then just dunk into this shade here. And pack it on the rest of the lid. And into the inner corner for a highlight. So I'm gonna move on to the base makeup real quick, just because the liner is a little bit different for this one and I don't want to screw it up by, you know, my base getting on it or anything. So going in with the Makeup Revolution, or Revolution Makeup, whatever it's called now, Pore Blur Primer. And we're just gonna focus it in the T-zone, because that's where my biggest pores are. But then just smoothing out towards the edges of our face. Now this is not a sticky, tacky primer. This is a like smoothing, silicone feeling, very much like the Professional, so that it's gonna, you know, give you a little bit of coverage because it is kind of this pinky shade. But it's also going to focus on filling those pores in. Foundation, going in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I actually love this product line so much. It is so easy to use. I love the giant doe foot that I can just like spread everything out like this. And then go over it with my sponge, and it all just blends so easily. All right, and then concealer time. So just a little bit under the eyes, my 3 little kind of stripes. Chin, so you have a little highlight. And I'm gonna do the nose, kind of with the exclamation point type look, because when I go to contour, I want it to be pretty potent, I would say, or not potent, but I want it really strong, and we're gonna put on a lot of highlight, so I definitely want that concealer just kind of as a base. But let's go in and do our lashes and eyeliner while we're here. Actually, I'm gonna spray down with a little bit of setting spray. This is the Conceal and Define 16-Hour Wear. All right, so for liner, I'm using pencil liner. This is from NYX. This is one of their like gel pencil eyeliners in the shade Tropical Green. I was like, I know it's green. So just very carefully, don't cut yourself with the razor sharp edges that come on this pencil when you sharpen it. And I'm just doing a normal wing. I'm just using a pencil instead of liquid or cream because I want it green. So now lashes. I'm gonna put on these big faux minks. These are from Ardell. These are the 811s. They need cut down though. And my mascara today is Lash Paradise. So mascara. I'm gonna cut the lashes and put them on, but before I do that, I'm going to take the Jumbo NYX pencil in Milk, and we're gonna put this in the lower lash line. So you can just clean it up with your sponge a little bit, but mainly you want most of the white on the inner corner. All right, the lashes are on. They're very big, they're very dramatic, they're very heavy on the outside. They kind of change my whole eye shape, but I very much enjoy them. So now we're going to contour and change our face even more. So I'm gonna start with a smaller brush, going into my e.l.f. contour, going into the medium shade, and we're just gonna start contouring, going from the hairline to just where the hollow of the cheek starts. And then with a little bit of a bigger contouring brush, I'm going into the lighter contouring shade and bringing that down toward my chin and connecting it with the rest of the contour. And then just making sure it all blends. Now we're gonna add some blush, which is just a matte pink that I have, and it can be a little bit heavy. I want it to be a little bit more heavy-handed than I normally would, just because we want it a little bit theatrical. And then I'm going to take some bronzer on a big fluffy brush and just kind of frame my face with it. Going along the hairline, you can take some along the cheek too, just so it's bronze. And then I'm wearing a wig with bangs, so I'm not going to worry about there, but I'm going to go on my nose. Okay, just a little, you know, sweep of extra color. So now we are going to highlight, and I'm going to highlight excessively. So I'm going to use this powder pigment from Chic Girl Cosmetics. This is in the color Squash, and it's actually like a glitter. So it's this Tinkerbell green. I'm gonna mix it with some of this white pigment that I have that's just iridescent white. So starting by setting the face so it is a little bit tacky and sticky, and not sticky, wet. And this way it will grip onto whatever I put on it. And we're just gonna do a little mix of the pigments, going right around the eyes, tip of the nose, again on the cheek. So it's very bright, it's very glazed donut, which is exactly what I want. Now for the lips, I'm going in with a peachy color, just because I think it'll fit the best. This is Not Another Peach from Lime Crime. Okay, so now we have the makeup on. I'm going to go throw the wig and costume on, show you guys the complete look. Here is the look. I have this green jacket with my white corset underneath it. It looks a little weird just because of the way I had to put the corset on to make the jacket look right. It's a lot of chest. Kind of gives me a weird shape up here. It's fine. But yeah, I have my top hat, which is on backwards. And I'll show you guys the pants here, but you'll also see it in the thumbnail. So this is just the face with the wig. I like the blonde idea because I was going to do dark hair, but then I really like the idea of it being blonde instead of just all my looks have dark hair. So here's this. Now let me show you the pants. You guys can see the corset a bit better. It has this really pretty pattern on it. I don't have it laced very tight. But yeah, so with the jacket open, this is what it looks like. And then if you close it, it just kind of, you know, peeps through a little bit. Not that like it really matters. But then these are the pants. These are my like Beetlejuice pants, and they're very Ringmastery. So this is the full look. So if you in fact enjoyed this makeup tutorial and this kind of like plain dress up in the middle of December, make sure you subscribe because I have more looks. We have a clown, I'm gonna do an acrobat, a tightrope walker, and a bunch of other fun stuff. So yeah, subscribe, let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.